In the quiet town of Ravenwood, Nurse Evelyn Harper was known for her gentle demeanor and dedication to her job at the local hospital. Little did anyone know, behind her kind eyes lay a disturbed mind. Evelyn's obsession with control and power grew each day. Hidden beneath her professional facade, she found solace in the nursery, where the innocent and helpless babies stirred something dark within her. Her colleagues noticed her peculiar interest in the infants, but dismissed it as a deep maternal instinct. No one suspected the sinister thoughts brewing in her mind. One evening, Evelyn volunteered for the night shift in the neonatal ward. The hospital was eerily quiet, and the dim lights cast long shadows across the corridors. As she walked through the nursery, she looked at the tiny, fragile bodies sleeping peacefully in their cribs. Her heart raced with a mix of excitement and dread. She paused by the crib of baby Liam, a preemie who had fought hard to survive. His tiny chest rose and fell with each breath, oblivious to the danger lurking nearby. Evelyn gently picked him up, cradling him in her arms. A twisted smile crept across her face as she whispered soothing words to the sleeping child. With a practiced hand, she prepared a lethal dose of medication. Her movements were precise, almost ritualistic. As she filled the syringe, the baby stirred, sensing something was amiss, but it was too late. Evelyn injected the deadly substance into his tiny body, watching as the life slowly drained from his eyes. She placed the lifeless body back in the crib, arranging him as if he was still sleeping. Her heart pounded in her chest, a sick sense of satisfaction washing over her. The following morning, the hospital was in a state of chaos. Nurses and doctors rushed to the nursery, horrified by the sudden and inexplicable death of baby Liam. Evelyn feigned shock and grief, joining her colleagues in mourning. No one suspected her involvement. She was too meticulous in covering her tracks. Days turned into weeks, and the deaths continued. Each time, Evelyn felt a twisted thrill, a sense of power over life and death. The hospital conducted an internal investigation, but found no evidence of foul play. The deaths were ruled as unfortunate accidents, a tragic coincidence. However, Detective Lucas Reynolds was not convinced. He had a gut feeling that something was terribly wrong at Ravenwood Hospital. Lucas began his own discreet investigation, carefully reviewing medical records and interviewing staff. His sharp instincts led him to suspect Evelyn, but he needed concrete proof. One night, Lucas decided to stake out the hospital. He watched as Evelyn roamed the corridors, her movements methodical and deliberate. She entered the nursery, and Lucas's heart raced as he followed her silently. He watched in horror as she prepared another lethal dose, this time for baby Emily. Lucas burst into the room, his gun drawn. Evelyn froze, the syringe clattering to the floor as she turned to face him. Her mask of innocence fell away, revealing the true monster beneath. Lucas arrested her on the spot, the evidence now undeniable. The trial was a media sensation, with the town of Ravenwood in shock over the revelations. Evelyn showed no remorse, her eyes cold and unfeeling as she listened to the charges against her. Families of the victims wept in the courtroom, their lives shattered by her actions. The jury took little time to deliberate, and Evelyn was found guilty on all counts. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. As she was led away in handcuffs, Evelyn's face remained expressionless, her true nature finally exposed. In the years that followed, the hospital implemented stricter protocols to ensure the safety of their patients. The memory of the innocent lives lost haunted the town, a grim reminder of the evil that had once lurked among them. Detective Lucas Reynolds was hailed as a hero for his perseverance and dedication. However, he could never forget the horrifying sight of Evelyn's twisted smile as she took those innocent lives. The story of Nurse Evelyn Harper became a cautionary tale, a dark chapter in the history of Ravenwood. The town would never be the same, forever marked by the actions of one disturbed individual.